No day breaks with absence, distance. Myself, the resentment only exists when you're here. We always seem to reminisce about the memories somehow. They seem to wash away when it rains.
Izzy,
No, I'm just in the car.
you just in the car? Okay, tell me how was your day?
It was good. I've been at a video shoot today, so
Oh, okay. So what did that video shoot entail? Which project are you working on?
well, it wasn't for me. I was just doing makeup for it.
Okay, congratulations. So
Yeah.
you're welcome. So for people who's watching or who will watch this video that don't know who you are, can you give me a brief background of where you're from and how you got into music?
Well, I'm originally from Germany, Augsburg, Germany. My dad was in the army, and so that's kind of how I'm an army brat. I grew up on the choir, so my grandmother, she made me sing on the choir. And I didn't really start like taking music serious maybe until I was like a sophomore in college. And 2012 was like I got on BET, Wildin' Out BET, Blazing Stage, like when they used to have that back in the day. So I got on there, and that was like, I guess, my introduction to music as far as like taking it serious. I lost, but it humbled me, and it made me, come back to Charlotte and just grind harder. And I've been working ever since. I never had a team. A lot of people thought like I always had a team in management. Like I've done everything by myself. For 2018 and 2019, I was signed to this really bad label. That was the first time like I let my pride down. I was like, okay, I'm assigned to a label. They didn't do anything with me. They shelved me. That's why I wasn't like dropping music or videos, because I was shelved. But other than that, I've been
Grinding. How does an artist get shelved once because your vocals are like phenomenal. I mean, I've been watching you for a very long time, and I
think like, I guess if you like you're talented and they don't know what to do with you, or sometimes they'll sign you and keep you shelved because they don't want no one else to get to you. And then when they're ready to like put you out there, then it's just like they can pick you up off the shelf. That was kind of like the situation. But I didn't, I made sure I didn't record anything with them. I didn't drop any under their label because I was like, I don't even want y'all owning anything. I'm not recording nothing with y'all. So that was that.
Wow. Well, you know what? It's kind of like you said, you have been afforded all those opportunities even before you took it serious, like with BET, Wildin' Out Wednesdays. You worked with renowned producers. In your opinion, what has been the biggest highlight of your career since you started taking it seriously?
I would say when I got my last single, Dreamin', because I have a new single out now, but when I got my last single, Dreamin', on the radio, that was a highlight for me because like it's not easy to get your music on the radio.
Right.
So like the program director at 92.7 The Block at the time, which was Mary Kay, she heard Dreamin' and she really loved it because she just thought it was like a really inspirational song. And I like kept a really good relationship with her, and that's one of the reasons why they kept playing it, because of, and that's one thing I realized, relationships are so important. Like they kept playing it. But for me, that was a highlight because I knew how hard I worked. Like I remember even shooting that video, I had $1 to my name. I styled myself, and I had his name is B Williams. He works with DTLR, so they actually sponsored my video for Dreamin'. So it was just like it was like a dollar in a dream type of situation with that song. So I think being able to just like hear myself on the radio was just like, wow, like I really can say like I worked for it. I didn't lay on my back. So I'm very big on that.
Right.
I don't lay on my back. I've never laid on my back for any opportunity. I've always believed in like hard work, prayer, faith, determination, dedication. So that alone made me feel proud too, because I'm like, I can say I got it on the radio. I didn't lay on my back to do it. Because unfortunately, some women, they feel like they have to, but you don't. You just have to work harder. Like you got to work 100 times harder than the next female. So to me, that was a highlight of my career.
And it's funny that you mentioned that, because that was my next question. Like, you know, with that being on the airwaves, and the song is such an inspirational song, and it's not even mainstream, but the fact that it made it to airwaves, and you said that was like probably the biggest highlight of your career. When you made that song, what was the inspiration behind it?
I used to live in fear. Like, I was like just a really fearful person. And then like when things wouldn't go right, I would think of the negative versus thinking of the positive, which a lot of us, no one can ever say in their life that they've never been in a situation and kind of thought negative because it was just a really hard situation. Like we've all been that person before.
Right.
So I think for me, it was like the fear, the depression, because I dealt with depression.
Wow.
And like the rejection, worrying about what people thought, being negative at times when things didn't go my way. So I was like, I got to put this in the song because I feel like, and I didn't write the song, actually, Chantaul Allen wrote the song for me, but I said, I got to put this in the song because I feel like a lot of women and men like go through the same thing. They're just afraid to talk about it because of how society is built nowadays. So I feel like it's better for me to put it in a song that can inspire them and tell them not to give up on their dreams, to keep dreaming because it's hard. And when you're chasing a dream, you're going to be depressed. You're going to want to give up. You're going to be frustrated. You know, you're going to get rejected. You're going to get 100 no's before you get 100 yeses. Like it's like a roller coaster, like, you know, when you're trying to really follow a dream. So
you did though, and you did. Every time I saw you on social media, you were always smiling, always talking about your projects. So, you know, and if you had words of encouragement for somebody who's dealing with that, because like you said, it is a stigma in the communities, in Black communities especially, that nobody wants to talk about it. What words of advice can you give somebody that's going through it themselves?
Well, for one, and I'm gonna just bring this in it, like with racism right now, for protesting, but it's really a systematic issue. I think a lot of us don't realize like it's a systematic issue. So I think that society has mentally like persuaded us as African Americans to live in fear and to be depressed. So I think my advice would be like, you got to believe in yourself more than anybody else does. Even if you post something and you get one like, keep promoting yourself and continue to believe in yourself and continue to trust your dreams and your goals. And if people walk away in your process, they're not meant to be there. And for me, I don't go to church. I know my grandma probably looking down on me right because I don't go to church like that, but I have a very strong relationship with God. So my advice would be to pray and to keep positive energy around you. And then when you lose in life, don't go negative. Just look at it as, okay, I got to hustle harder and I got to grind harder. And maybe I need to do it differently. Maybe this route I was taking just wasn't the steps I was taking. Maybe the people I was like trying to do it with, it just wasn't a good process for me. So I need to change my process around. So that would be my advice.
Okay. That was good advice. Word to the wise. So tell me about your latest single, and is it part of a mixtape or stemming from an album?
It's stemming from an album.
Okay.
It's called Fallen. I recorded that song like a year and a half ago, and I came to Atlanta because like the producer I was working with, I didn't really like how he did business. So, and I wanted a different sound because he kind of had all of the sound the same.
Right.
So I linked it with this producer in Atlanta, and I told him I want something different. And at the time, I was in a very, very dark space. I was like at the lowest point of my life, broke, you know, nothing to my name. So it just inspired me. And I was in a shaky relationship. So it just inspired me to create that song. And it is coming off of an album. I don't know the name yet of the album because I'm still recording songs. But I am excited because I always tell myself, like, I want to make records that last, records that mean something, you know, records that you can listen to like 20 years from now. It's still like that record, records for all age groups, you know, so.
Timeless. So we always learn from situations that impact us the most on this journey of life. What is one of those lessons that you've learned aside from when you first got into the music industry?
I think one of my biggest lessons is not to trust everybody. Everybody really doesn't have your best interest at heart. Some people will act like they support you and they will feed you dreams because they know what you want, and they may say things based off of what you told them you wanted.
Right.
That.
The lies, the lies, the lies. My Candy Bird's voice. So, now you've moved to Atlanta. And how is that transition, and how have you adapted since you've gotten there?
I actually like Atlanta. Atlanta made me, it turned my hustle up because then I realized like it's a lot of people that can sing. It's a lot of dope artists out here.
Right.
But what about Atlanta is like they are more supportive out here. And not just with the artists, like even with the radio. And it's really easy to rub shoulders too, because you can go to walk down the street, you probably see T.I. somebody just walking out in public. You know, it turned my hustle up, and it made me more creative, I guess you can say. But it definitely turned my hustle because I was like, I gotta hustle hard now. Now I'm being challenged now because it's a whole bunch of other talented women who want the same thing that I want.
Right. Yeah. But they don't have your vocals though, so that's the blessing. Because your vocals are like phenomenal. So you just encountered a new venture, so let's talk about that.
Oh, my beauty supply store?
Yes.
You know, what made me, because you know, everyone sells lashes, lipsticks. And you know what inspired me to open up a beauty supply store? I was going to these beauty supply stores. I'm like, these Chinese people making so much money off of us right now. And they don't even like us like that. They don't like us as black. They don't like us as black people. And when COVID hit, because I opened it up when the economy got shut down in COVID.
Right.
So when COVID hit, honestly, COVID made me realize that I need another hustle. Because, I mean, as artists, I lost shows that I was booked for. I lost. I was supposed to perform at South by Southwest. Couldn't do that. Wow. You know, like certain gigs, you lost. A lot of artists have the same story, like, because everything was shut down. So I'm like, okay, I need something that's going to make me some money. I don't want to work for nobody. If COVID didn't teach me one thing, it taught me that. And when they opened, well, before COVID, I realized that about the Chinese places. And then when beauty supply stores open, I'm like, yeah, these Chinese people making a lot off of us. And I wanted to create a beauty supply store that was Black owned and where I charged half of what they charge at beauty supply stores.
Wow.
To help business owners, you know, that may be financially struggling right now, because a lot of them are financially struggling because of COVID. Some of them are getting denied for loans. And then incorporating like mentoring younger girls that are like 15 to 19. I have one mentee.
Yay!
Yeah, it's like kind of cool. And I was sorry, I'm getting tongue twisted.
No.
But my vision was to do that and to mentor younger girls, to teach them how to own themselves and like not make the same mistakes and not wait. Because I was talking about this for 5 years and I just kept slacking on it, sitting on it, not doing anything about it. You know, a lot of times we just talk about things. We are so talented as African Americans and we don't even realize it. And I think sometimes we just sit on our talents, you know what I'm saying? So I want to teach younger girls to own yourself. Don't be afraid. When I started this business, I had nothing. And I manifested and I kept telling God what I wanted. I kept saying, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get this. And one day this lady DM'd me. I knew her for like 3 years. She DM'd me. She asked me about my business and I told her, I sent her my business plan. She was like, I want to just donate $1,500 into your business and I don't even want it back. And I was just like, this is so crazy because I've been manifesting all of this and I was getting denied loans. Some of it had to do because I was Black.
Right.
And just being honest, and I hate to pull the race card because I don't want to play victim, but some of it had to do because of the color of my skin. So when that happened, I was like, okay, you know what? This is a story that can inspire someone else. How I opened up a beauty supply store when the economy shut down in COVID, I took my stimulus check and I invested it into my business. I didn't go splurge like I did. I was like, I gotta own something, man. Like, I mean, we all should want to own something. By the end of 2020, we all want to own a business because it's so much money to be made. So, it hasn't launched yet. It's launching soon, but I'm getting orders from people because I started building relationships with like hairstylists and nail technicians and eyelash techs, and people are saying, well, can I buy some stuff from you now? And I'm like, well, my business hasn't launched, but I'm like, you know what? Sure. So hope it goes the way I want it to go. And hopefully I could just inspire someone, you know, like I'd rather people see me start from the bottom than to show me when I'm successful. And I think sometimes people are scared to show their struggle, but you never know who you can help, you know?
Right. There's strength in the struggle. For sure. So, how does this word apply to you, or two words apply to you when you hear me say it? Phenomenal woman.
Phenomenal woman to me apply to me, just in general. Like, what do I think it as a person, or just for women in general?
For you.
I guess for me, I would say,
You're so humble, you don't know how to respond.
I would say I'm a phenomenal woman because I'm not afraid to show my struggle. I'm not afraid to inspire people, even if I'm going through hell in my life. I am so quick to try to encourage somebody. And, you know, just like, I guess seeing how I've had many low points in my life and seeing how I came up from those low points without really any help. So I guess that.
And then here's my last gut-wrenching question. How can our readers, not readers, I'm thinking I'm on my blog. How can our viewers follow you?
You can follow me, Instagram, Twitter. I don't have Facebook anymore, but Instagram, Twitter, Chantaul Music. And you can follow me on Spotify at Chantaul. My single Fallen's out. Fallen. I'm a little nervous. Tongue twisted. It's out everywhere. So like the link is in my bio. And yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much. You're just a beautiful spirit. You know what I really like about you is that you don't sugarcoat the struggle, where most people will not say, well, I've been through this and I've been through that and I'm working my way up. And I think in your quest to inspire, you're going to do just that, or you have done just that, just to let people know, you can smile even through the struggle. So kudos to you for that. And thank you for sharing your story.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Now, you said your music is on Spotify, and where else can they get it or download it?
Tidal, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Apple Music, TikTok.
TikTok. Where can I get your makeup or whatever you have in your store?
So my store hasn't opened yet. It is going to start off online, but next year I'll have a storefront. Honestly, people have been DMing me. Shockingly, they've been my business page. It's called Chantaul Beauty LLC. So they've been DMing my business page saying, can you send me a list of your nail supplies, and can you send me a list of your hair supplies and your eyelash supplies? So honestly, people have been, it's crazy to me. They've been DMing me, asking me. So that's how I've been making sales before my business actually opens.
Okay, so when God planted the seed, it just grew. So, so thank you so much for your time. And I'm going to share your music. Woo woo! And best of luck. Godspeed. You just been through so much, and you just have victory written all over you. So congratulations with everything.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So have a good evening. Thank you.
You're welcome.